You don't know the Real Things podcast. Hey, yo! Feel like I'm on a spotlight. It's everybody in the world now. Please, Lord, give me your sign. Hello, 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 my people. Blessings and welcome to the Real Things podcast. You don't know how the thing go. Welcome on this here rainy Monday. You want to be the greatest. Everybody on the face shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fake. I'll make this. Every day I'm impatient. Hoping one day I'll blow up on the face. But statement. The talk is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting. So my people, listen. How was your weekend? I trust that everything was a-okay for you and yours. You understand me? Yes. Today we are here to talk up the things. So we are just hoping that everyone is intact. You know what I say? Everyone, I mean everyone is in good health and a sound mind. Welcome to the Real Things Podcast. Structures, bursting sources in different versions, each do what they shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different ferment. Reach all that different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yes, my people. You know, we have to do what we do, how we do, when we do. Yes, I am. So, welcome once again and blessings. Some people in the meantime and between time, I really want to take you into the week ahead and also, a little bit of a, kind of a recap of what transpired on the week that has gone. So, my guys, my people, my family, listen to me. We are about to take some trips to some places. And first and foremost, though, our closest island and the largest one, actually, which is the Dominican Republic. Yes, we are going over there roundabout now. And later on, it will be greater when we touch down in Adiabohanse for a little bit, not too much, because today is a quick and fast episode. That's how we do it on Hello Mondays. All right? Anyway, my people, so what I want to talk about is Deemwango's situation that occurred on her premiere that she aired yesterday. Guys. No, I'm going to sit here and tell you I can testify, I can attest to her experience in the DR. It's a beautiful place, especially Punta Cana. When it comes to beaches, you understand in the Dominican Republic, from my experience, Punta Cana, okay. But listen to me. I went to the Dominican Republic for a meeting, an annual meeting that was supposed to be held in Punta Cana. I went there in 2019, right? And I've actually done many trips. The first time I went to the Dominican Republic was 2017, July, to be honest with you. And, I went there, multiple times after, but I could not forget my trip in 2019. I think I spoke about some of my experience there in the Dominican Republic in some other trip where we almost ended up, you know, in a brawl because we were basically, being siphoned, monies were being siphoned off and we were being directed in a different place from what we were shown online, from what we booked. I was not having it because I understood customer service because that's my field. That has been my field for all those years, over 20 plus years. So I did not take it easy on them. You understand? Because I believe in service, genuine, real good service, not to siphon off anything that you could get from a customer. You understand? Too much tricks in the trade. Anyway, my people. So as I was saying, Deemwango's experience. Let me turn this thing a little bit down. I think it's too high. Deemwango's experience that she shared with us with this beautiful. I don't really know where this is because mm, I can remember the closest I got to the beach before I went into Punta Cana was not far from the airport. It was not far from the airport. That was the closest I got um when I got into Santo Domingo. So where she is, it's somewhere like an Airbnb overlooking the ocean, and there's a highway below. I don't know which I would say city. I don't know what to call it at this point. I would say city. I've been to, I think I've been to Boca Chica, so many different places I've stayed. But guys, there was this one time when I sat in a room, me and a co-worker, and like we thought that, we were trying to like comprehend to ask ourselves, what the hell did we do wrong in booking this place? We sat there for hours awaiting someone to come and fix a leaky AC that was leaking on one of our beds because at that time we shared a room. My bed, unfortunately, was the one that the AC, it was just like a pipe. It was just draining, draining, draining. And even when you shut it off, that made it worse. I don't know how, I don't know what was happening. And we contacted the host, and his response was he will send someone to fix it. I mean, good and well that we got through to this guy compared to what Demongo went through. You understand? Running all over the place looking for somebody to fix or somebody to just come and find where the pipe, the pipe is, the master pipe to lock it off, the lock off. I mean, we were told that they would come, someone would come and address the situation. And we waited. We waited. We were so hungry because we traveled early in order to know where we were going to stay because that place can be very tricky sometimes, you know? And at that time, I really never knew that there were like um airport transfer companies at that time. At that time. hmm It didn't happen to me again though. So, my people, listen to me. We waited. We were getting hungry. I searched for like something like a DoorDash. I don't know. I can't remember what's the name of it. There was this thing that you could look for food and it they would deliver the food. It's just local people. Can't remember what the name of. But we were so hungry, desperate, wanting to know if we should check out ourselves and move before the night because it was, even though we left the Virgin Islands very early, it's not far, it's not far, but we tried to get there on time so we could know where we're going, see where we're going, and probably get out and move around, to get familiar with the place because we were going to be going to Punta Cana following. Eh. So we waited, we waited, we waited, we waited. We hear sounds. We could hear sounds like laughter coming from downstairs. We were on the top floor. So we get out. At one point we got out and to meet the person who was delivering the food. I think it was the young lady, one of my coworkers. She went, not me. She went and investigate a little bit to see, you know, how how best was to meet the individual who was going to deliver the food, the food delivery person. Is it that they're going to come inside, or she would have to go and stand outside on the side of the street, because it was a situation where you're stepping off of the street and you're stepping into the property. So she went to investigate how to go about this thing. There was reception, and this woman spoke no English. Could you imagine? Anyways, um, my coworker came back, and when she came back, she looked very, very fussy. So I was asking her, I asked her, what is the situation going on downstairs? It sounds like a party going on. She said to me, boy, I don't really know, but there are people in the chairs downstairs, they're drinking, and everybody seems to be having fun. And she tried to ask, for some direction as to, do I wait for the food delivery in here, or do I go outside? But nobody spoke a word of English. All right. Well, we decided to wait it out in the room, waiting for somebody to come and address the situation, waiting also for the food. And we waited and we waited and we waited. When it was close, our food came, and we ate, and we were still there waiting. And the lady that was at the front desk that spoke no English, we tried to beckon to her, what about the AC that's dripping? What about? And she, hey, whatever that was, meaning that we should wait and we'll see. I guess we should wait. So we waited, and when it was close to like night, late, maybe about 6 minutes to 7, um, someone came rapping at the door. I'm talking about door. People, the doors cannot lock. Hey, talking about being in a listen, that was when we really realized that, when you just got to somewhere, you don't pay attention to a lot of things. What distracted us from the get-go also was the AC. But then we realized that as it gets later, when the rapping came to the door, you're there trying to fiddle with the door to see how it does this open. But you turn it this way, you turn it that way. It's like, okay, we only came in and pushed it in, closed it in, not lock it. Now we're realizing that the door does not lock. Hey, anyway, there was a gentleman that came, and he looked inside, and I notioned towards the AC, dripping on the bed. The bed was soaking wet at this point, pillows, everybody. So I asked, what now? What do we do? We need another room. I'm trying to notion, do we move out, or are you going to fix this? But then I was not even thinking, because where would I sleep? Where would I sleep? You understand? So he told me that at this point in time, remember now the AC was turned off, so whatever water was in it now, it tap, tap, tap. It wasn't the tap, 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 tap that we met. So to me, it seems as if it was not urgent enough. That was his thinking. It was not urgent enough. We can deal with it. So his response was nothing that I understood more than body language, and I got panic. So I went to the front desk and tried to talk to this lady. Now, whether you understand English, Spanish, whatever the hell, I am here because I'm not going to stay in that room that the bed is wet and that AC is pissing on the bed. No, no, no. I'm not going to stay there. She, blah, 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 whatever she was saying, honey, I wasn't having it. And I slammed I think what got her scared was when I slammed the key on the desk. That was enough English. That was enough English for her to understand. And I did this. I did that. I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to stay here. So I think when they realized there was this they did not take credit card. They said cash upon arrival. So it's like if I'm leaving, no, basically whatever deposit I made, it would have been null and void because I terminated my stay. Hello, argument, argument. I don't want to, go through the whole thing, but just for you guys to get an idea. I could not get back my deposit, right? Now, if I don't get back that deposit and I have to find somewhere else to stay, how the hell am I going to pay for it? Because they want cash. Hey, I raised my voice so loud. Even if there was anybody else in that building that didn't speak English, they would learn some English, Jamaican style. Where the hell was I? Not even I alone. Remember now, I have somebody there with me, my coworker, who has no experience like traveling out of. Okay, she's not a native of the Virgin Islands, but she's traveled out of her country to the from her country to the Virgin Islands, but not to the Dominican Republic. No kind of experience like that. So I am responsible for her. Me no want no problems. And you know that these countries are synonymous sometimes for, you know, especially when it comes to female. It's certain things, they're synonymous for certain action towards female. And me not have no money. Where are we going to stay? Where are we going to stay? Story time. So I began to make the most Jamaican noise that I could. And I got my way. I got my response. We were transferred in the end to a proper, cleaner, more better room overlooking the road instead of the back end that they put us looking at some dingy old nasty buildings. And I realized I had another experience like that too, I realized that there is this mentality when whatever you look like when you appear, when you get there to book in, that is how you will be treated. It's not good. It's like a ripoff. They know that the AC wasn't working because there's signs. There are signs on the corner that can tell you that these people will just change the sheets each time that they get a new booking. And that cycle continues over and over and over. So maybe the AC was dripping, but not that hard or whatever. I don't know what the hell. Or maybe because or they turned it on before we arrived, then it started doing the peeing on the bed. You understand what I'm saying? So watching Deemwango and the frustration in that hotel where the room was leaked, the pipes. I mean, it's a complete different, or it's a completely different situation or scenario. Call it what you might. But just watching her and the frustration that she was dealing with, trying to find somebody to attend to her, and those places not cheap. Food is okay, but when it comes to housing and so, it's expensive. It's like everywhere else. But food it's reasonable. If you pay for $25 food, you alone plus somebody else wouldn't be able to finish that. I'm telling you, it's a lot. But when it comes to like the bookings, you'll find some people in some places what they advertise online is not what they give you, what they offer you when you get there. So you have to be mindful that they know sometimes these places will have issues and they will still go ahead and rent it anyway because they know some people would probably get lucky and this thing wouldn't happen. I'm sorry to say it's not a bashing video, but it's my true experience. I had this other experience again with me and another, and I think it was the same coworker or another. We booked like two separate rooms, two separate rooms. And when we got there, they were giving us one room with one bed. Hey, I raised the roof. I raised the roof. At this point, I did not want to be sharing a room at this point. Believe me, sometimes you will travel and you will have experiences and this, if you, especially if you're in a group and you will have prior experience. Girl, if you listen, nobody kill me, but we talked about this already. I decided that this time around, I want my own room. So I went ahead and booked two beautiful rooms. When we got there, it was one small room with a full size bed. So if it didn't even have anywhere to put your suitcases or whatever. Hey, I raised the roof. Oh, no, 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 no. That's not what you booked. Blah, blah, blah. These sets spoke English. And where they were, it was so beautiful because I was overlooking the ocean this time. And actually, there was this place that they would put the chairs in the street at night and you would eat your dinner. That's where you eat. I mean, you had a choice, but I saw it. And when I was looking on booking.com and I saw this place and there was a jacuzzi on the roof, and I said, okay, this looks like a beautiful place to wind down. Bro, like after a hard trip, a long trip, because this time I think was, I can't remember if Panama we were coming from, I can't remember, but we went somewhere. We went somewhere in Central America between Panama or Port or Costa Rica. Can't remember. And I'm telling you back, coming back, returning, we had to transit through um the Dominican Republic. I'm telling you, I raised the roof. I wanted what I paid for, what I booked actually online. That's what I wanted. And I raised the roof and I got what I wanted. They were pissed because the body language, even when it was somewhere where you could even order your food. Um, I just watched them watching me because where you sat, there was like I don't know what you call it. Um, there was this deli area in the hall beside the reception. To me like that building was used for something else, and then they converted it into like a motel, hotel, whatever you want to call it. And you could see the reception. He wasn't having it. He wasn't happy, but I was, because I got in the end what I ordered. So going to these places sometimes they like to sell you short. And I'm hoping that by now Deemwango would have moved and probably gone to Punta Cana or somewhere else. There's so many, it's a vast place and there's so many places that you could go. And there's this thing that I realized that they do is if there are resorts, if there are buildings, each like what they do is like a lot of like a group of people would have shares, or they would lease the blocks, certain amount of blocks, like block A, block C, block whatever is owned by this individual, and they would just do these Airbnbs. That's how I stayed at a place just like that also. And I had another experience. Before the time, the maid was there ushering me out to get to go. It's cleaning time, and it was not even 12 o'clock. I thought I said to myself, maybe she didn't realize the time she made a mistake. And I went downstairs because I was up in the loft area. That's another place now. I went downstairs. Beautiful place, beautiful, beautiful place. You have your wristband. You will go over to this market area. It's like a market that you, to the back of it. Um, a walk-through market, and to the back of it, once you show your bracelet that you're staying at this place on this block, your breakfast is included in the payment for that. There's so many options, but people will try to sell you short. I'm sorry also. Ugh, getting tongue tied. I'm really sorry for the nightmarish experience that the Mwango, went through, but this, as a traveler, as a seasoned traveler, I know that she will be over this. And I'm happy also that the passport didn't really get damaged, because especially when you're holding, that US visa inside, which it can be tedious, and you have to do all of these reports that in order for you and wait time when you're a vlogger, you need to be a travel vlogger, you need to be moving, and that would have been a holdback. So happy that, they would have attended to this by now. You'd have probably been long gone from there, because I know that the smell from the place, once it begins to dry down, you wouldn't be able to stay in that place. I'm telling you, for no length of time. Anyway, my people, I am going to, you know, end today's leg of the podcast. I don't know why version. I'm going to end today's leg of the podcast. Today is Hello Monday. Today's episode is dubbed Hello Monday. So let us come back on another one. I think I'll do a live tonight. I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's see how it goes. And because we do have a program, live after dark, where we chit chat, I get a little, more closer with my friends. You guys, you know how it go. So let's hope by now Deemwango is out of the woods with all that story. And sorry, really, really sorry for her experience. But as a seasoned traveler, as I said, she would have overcome this, soon. Anyway, my people, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.